Okay, so while you're trying to earn money in bits and pieces in this game, you'll probably notice that there are these flashy little yellow things dotted around the level as you've been driving backwards and forwards trying to earn your first amount of money. And maybe, just maybe, the the thought of, I wonder what these are has come to light. Now, as you can see, this looks like a bone. Now, there are lots of these to collect. So today I'm going to be covering them and why you should really do this near the start of the game and not later on. Mainly because later on you're going to be busy building a mine and everything else, and early on you want as good as a kick to start with as possible. So let's get this going. Well, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up a pan of lava, so I've got something to put in my tank if I do get a bit short around the map. So let me just talk about this. In Newglade there is a museum. Inside that museum there is an empty rack, and that empty rack holds all of these little bones that you've got dotted around the map. Now, if I just pull up the map and I can show you roughly where you should be looking. Right, I'm not going to cover them all because there are 70 odd locations in this game where the bones can appear, and you only need 36 bones. Fun and games. Right, so basically what you're doing is you're looking from the shattered breach, or the shattered outpost, right? And all of this bit of map that goes all the way down to the mists, or the barren harbour. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go looking around for all the bits and bones and everything else. And that does mean you have to go scaling through the ice field as well, or the ice maze. There are bone spawns in there as well, so you do have to look in there. Now, once you've got all 36 bones, you take it to the museum, and there's a guy, you basically put all the bones inside the little box that says bones. Now, from that point on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find all the bones now, and then I'll come back and talk to you. But I now have to go and find them all. I've done this several times already, and I always seem to miss one or two, and I have to go hunting for quite a few others. There's also one point of interest I do want to bring up when I've been around. So when I get to that one spot, I will add on to this video. But as you can see, just up on top of that hill, there's a yellow glowing thing. Right there. That's another bone. So I'm going to go and pick them up now. I'll be back in just a minute with the other location that sometimes spawns. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. See you in a minute. Okay, I just want to show you what I got out of the ice wall so far. So I am about, well, that blue dot, as you can see on my map here, I've basically gone through the ice maze from here to here, stopped about here. So I've got a little bit left here and here, and I'll do those on the way back through. Within that small amount of space, I've already found, so look, I found 3 of these off the beaten track. So let's say I'll put those 3 to the side. I already found 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 bones in the ice maze already. So make sure you're always checking the maze. Also, when you are driving around, most people drive around a sort of about here, where you can sort of see around your track a little, your truck a little bit. Now, if you roll back your mouse wheel, you can see out a bit further. It does help as well when you do the bone hunt at night time, because they glow yellow really brightly at night. Right, I'm going back to hunting now. So this is one of the spots that's a little bit funky. Now, I'm not going to show, as I said, I'm not going to show you all 70 odd spawn locations, because that's quite a lot, and you're only looking for 36 bones, so half of them are going to be unpopulated, some of them aren't. Now, if you look on your map, I am near the mildew version of like this map, this section. I can't remember the name of it. I'll get to the top and I'll show you. But as you can see here, I've picked up a bone from this coastline, which you can't see from over there, and you can't see this coastline from any road. So when you are searching around, it's best to check coastlines as well. And that one there was a pain in my ass. Like a little while ago, when I was doing this as just a, hey, I wonder how many locations there were, I did this a couple of times. This one was a spot where it was always really hidden. It was one of the last spots I ever found when I was actually doing them, and I was like, okay, maybe it's that one. And it is. It's literally in the gully of anything. You can't see it from that road over there, even though it's on the other side of there. You can't see it from that island up there. You can't see it from the dig plot. So the best idea is to literally get down here and actually walk around. You could drive around if you really want, but it gets a bit bumpy down here. So I parked my truck at the top of the hill, and all I've got to do is just walk up and down. Take your time. Make sure you're looking everywhere, because some of them are a bit of a pain to find. I don't know, where are we up to? Like part 4 now of just me giving random updates in the bits of land? Fantastic. Okay, so I've just been up the Scoria Chamber. All that coastline I've done, bits and pieces and so on and so forth. Now we're at the first bridge, which is just before we go over to Brurville. And then over there is just basically like fields for a bit until we get down to the actual like barrens. So there's not that many spawn points. Well, there's not many of them around up there, but you never know. They could be. Like I said, there's 70 odd spawn points in here. So yeah, so far we've got ourselves quite a smorgasbord of bones. Good enough that a dog would have a chew on for all day. Now what we got to do, cross the bridge, check out the rest of the land. As you can see, just over by that tree, there's a bone over there. And it's glowing. Really, watch. Ready? There you go. Look, it's glowing yellow. That's a bone. So I'm going to go and pick all that lot up, and then we're almost up to a point where I have to show that little bit of concern where you might find one randomly that would just be one of the last ones you check out. Slowly getting there. We're coming up to the barrens now, and there's only 1 or 2 places they can spawn in the barrens. Not all the time, but just in case you could never find those, like, oh, I've got one more left. Most probably it might be one of these. So, as you can see, sort of, you see that little faint square above my cursor? That's where we're headed. We're going to head there first, and then we're going to head to the actual harbour as well. The reason why we're going to head there is because out of all of the locations that are around here, the Barrens doesn't really spawn much in the way of anything apart from these 2 locations. So these are the 2 that are normally like the last things you'll ever check, because most of the time you never really find anything in the Barrens. Okay, and the thing that we're going to find, if there's one here, it will be next to this structure here. I will explain what these are in a future video, but there's either one here or there's one at the harbour. Now, if they're not at the harbour, you got lucky, basically. So all of the bones you're looking for are within one area, and this is the other one you'll be missing. Now, this is next to the harbour. This will be one that sits right here. Now, if this is the one that you're left finding, let me know in the comment section. The reason why is because this one, for me, is a righteous arse. And I'm going to say that because I've spent a couple of times doing this over like different like variations of the beta, and twice I've found like all of the bones except one, and it has always been that one that was the last one to find. And so I'll just show you on the map. We are at the harbour, and we are down the right hand side of it. Okay, they're the more trickier locations. Now the next I've got to go off to the Shattered Breach in that area, so I'm going to have a look around there. There's a couple of like strangey places, but I'm going to let you find those. The reason why is because they're actually not that difficult, they're just odd. So I'm going to go and find off the rest of them, and then I'm going to show you why you should be doing this right at the beginning of the game. Okay, so there's nothing under my map, nothing under my pan. We're missing 1 piece of tail, a foot, and 2 ribs. Blast. Okay, so I'm missing 2, 3, 4 pieces. I'm going to go and adventure again, and I'll be back when I found it all. Oh, I'm going to be honest. That one was in a really funny spot. But, you know, I knew this was going to happen. It always happens. I get one last piece of bone, and I can never find it. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Luckily, no one got hurt. It's just my patience. So, yeah, I found it. It was there. It was done. I've now got this rib, and it's in the back of my truck. I did drop off the other 3 parts before I went looking for this one, because I've got to be honest. Yeah, I even went to a point where I was running around on foot trying to go around. Well, it's got to be here somewhere. No, it turns out it was in one place that I never looked. But there we go. Now, the main reason why you want to be doing this right near the beginning of the game. Number 1, because it takes a long time. And I'm going to be honest, it does. It's taken a little while to record this video because I'm stupid and I don't know where things are. And I don't know all like 60, 70 odd locations or whatever. But what I can confirm is that once you've done this, you're in a better position in the game. So there we go. There's our last bone. And now we've got to talk to the man. And he wants me to find 1 bone. Well, I found a whole skeleton, mate. Have you scroll back? Ah, he's given me 100 tokens. There we go. Now he wants me to find another 12 bones. Yep, I think I found them all. There you go, buddy. Have that back for you. Oh, and you've given me 1,000 tokens. That's really nice of you. Cheers, mate. And now you want me to find 24 bones. Yep, got that as well. Have you scroll back. Tar, buddy, most appreciated. And the last scroll. Find the last of the 36 bones. Well, yeah, it takes, as I said, takes a bit of time. And there we go. And now I have got myself 9,100 tokens. And that is a really good start. If you do want to go and splash out on a few bits and pieces, you can do. That's purely up to you. But doing this means you've got a good buffer for tokens. And the reason why you want to look into a good buffer for tokens is because all the stuff on Mott's Island, once you get the shipping box, which is this one here, you can trade your tokens in for a ticket to go to Mott's Island. And Mott's Island is where all the new vehicles are. And they all operate on token-based money. So you need a lot. I think I calculated that you need about 18,000, but give or take. So what I'll do is I'm going to create another video. I'm going to go token hunting, basically in order to do missions and bits and pieces for people. Mount up the amount of tokens I need. I'm probably going to get about 20,000 just so I've got enough. And then we'll head over there on another video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and notifications button below. And hopefully you'll continue this adventure with me on Hydroneer's DLC, Volcalidus. And yeah, enjoy it. At the end of the day, play it yourself. Have fun. And I'll catch you in another one. Peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. Ah, boom. Fist bump to you.